Hey there, mystical friends. I'm Ananda, the Galactic Mystic, and this is Navigational Astrology. Let's talk about aspects. Today, I want to talk to you about the conjunction. We're going to go over the symbol, the degrees, how to interpret it, how to spot it in a chart, all the good stuff. Okay, my friends, what is the conjunction astrology meaning? First, let's take a look at the symbol for the conjunction. Okay, so the symbol for conjunction is a circle with a stick. So it almost looks like an upside down lollipop or something. So it's basically, it's showing that there's a missing piece here. So the two have become one, the conjunction. I'm going to pull up a chart so that we can look at it while we are talking. Okay. So what is a conjunction? A conjunction is when two planets, 2 points, 2 heavenly bodies, anything in astrology are occupying the same degree and zodiac sign. So they are essentially on top of each other as far as the chart goes. They, of course, are not literally on top of each other out in space, but for astrology purposes, they are on top of each other. Now, in astrology, we have a thing called the orb. And the orb means how many degrees do we allow a certain aspect to be. So, for example, in this chart, if you look right here where my cursor is, this is the sun in Libra, and this is Mars in Libra. This is the chart for October 2nd, 2021. And this is a conjunction of the sun and Mars. But notice the sun is at 9 degrees of Libra. Mars is at 11 degrees of Libra. And these are the minutes. So it's not exact. They're not both at 9 degrees or 11 degrees. And so this is a 2-degree orb. And most astrologers would consider a 2-degree orb to be a conjunction. Now, notice this. Notice that we actually have 3 planets here, all in Libra. This is Mercury retrograde in Libra. And a lot of times I hear or see folks saying that things are conjunct when they are in the same sign. Now, it's important that we are specific when we're talking about this, because normally when we just say these planets are conjunct or this is a conjunction, we mean by degree. We mean this, they're occupying the same or near the same degree in the zodiac sign, in the same zodiac sign. But when planets are all in the same sign, like over here, you can see several things in Gemini, down here, things in Pisces, here, things in Aquarius. You can say these are conjunct by sign, but they would not just be conjunct. I hope that clarifies some things, because see here, Saturn at 6 degrees is not conjunct Jupiter at 22 degrees. That's a very wide, that's a big difference, but they are in the same sign. So different astrologers use different orbs for a conjunction. Over here, you can see there's an aspect chart. This has the symbol for conjunction, and then this says 8 degrees. Now, for me personally, that is generally too wide for a conjunction. I don't really count it until it is within probably 4 to 5 degrees, unless it is one of the outer planets. The planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, those you would really, because they move so slowly, conjunctions and aspects with them, you want to have a smaller orb. If you have a question about that, leave me a message in the comments and I will answer you. So in general, most of these orbs over here are wider than I tend to use, but each astrologer has their own way. And that's part of the beauty of the art of astrology interpretation. It's just beautiful. There's room for everyone. I love that. So how do we interpret a conjunction? It means it is a synthesis of the two energies. So it's important to understand the meaning and energies of each planet or body or point that you are trying to interpret in this conjunction, because it is a synthesizing, it's a coming together, it's an enhancement. It is considered a hard aspect in astrology. You know, we have hard and soft aspects, and the general consensus is that hard aspects are more difficult or challenging and soft aspects are easier and more pleasant. But the conjunction is unique. The conjunction, while it is a hard aspect, it actually encompasses everything. In navigational astrology, we look at conjunctions as having the potential for all nuanced interpretations, nuanced manifestations of the two planets in synthesis with one another. So it's important to consider both the positive and negative aspects of whatever particular conjunction you are looking at. So for example, in the chart we just looked at, we had a Sun-Mars conjunction. So if we were looking at it would be important to consider both positive and negative aspects of this because it contains both. So the positive aspects would be an invigoration of the body, influxes of energy, feeling really passionate, feeling really energetic, assertive, like, you know, we just want to move forward. We want to take this energy and do something. This is great for sports, sex, physical activity, all of that. So if we're looking at the more hard aspect interpretation or the more negative aspect interpretation, this can be anger, aggression, people flying off the hook, people just like, you know, just getting pissed off all over the place. So likely you're seeing both positive things sometimes, negative things at others. It is a full synthesis of the two energies. Another really cool way to look at this is to think about the element of the planet. The Sun and Mars are both fire. So you put fire and fire together, you get, at this point, at this particular time, we have volcanoes going off. Historically speaking, when we've had Sun-Mars conjunctions, there have been fires and explosions and, you know, combustible things. If, for example, we're talking about a Venus and Mars conjunction, Mars, of course, is fire and Venus is earth. So think about, well, what happens when we have a synthesis of earth and fire? Think about what happens when a fire goes through a forest. Yes, it burns everything, but what is left is incredibly fertile. So this is like a mineralization of the earth. The earth becomes fertile because of the influence of fire. Now, this is not necessarily a comfortable blending of energies, but yet still yields a positive result. So it's interesting to think of it like that. And you can do this with all the planets, with their elements and blending them together and thinking about, you know, don't be afraid to interpret things in your own way. If you have, say, a fire and earth, or a fire and water, if you have this, if you have Mars and the moon, what happens if you have fire and water? Well, the water will boil, it will create steam. So the water boiling, that's pretty uncomfortable. Steam, though, can be something that clouds your vision, or it can be really sexy. So there is nuance here and room for nuance. And it's a lot of fun to think of it this way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to continue doing a series on aspects. So please like and subscribe if you would like to see more. And I'll see you next time. See.